I want my right in this my land.
People in Anguilla seemingly to believe to have all the power. Anguilla took advantage of a lot of people in this country, and that needs to stop.
Have you ever heard of the Illuminati? Well,
14. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am have sent me unto you. Now some of you might say that I'm reading too far into that, but you don't understand the way these people think. A lot of these celebrities are into ancient Babylonian teachings. They believe that they have attained God's status through their illuminated minds. Hence the name Illuminati, which means the enlightened ones. That's why the scripture said in Isaiah 47:10, Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Now another reason why she's chosen, besides her talent, the Illuminati through the media floods your mind with all these images of her, and then young girls and women want to dress and act just like her. Then you have young boys and men lusting after her. They use her voice and beauty as a form of witchcraft to seduce people and control them. But the scriptures warn us about that. Proverbs 6:25 says, Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. See her looks, and they look up to her as if she's a great role model. But the truth is, she's a horrible role model. A lot of these people have had nose jobs, lip jobs, butt jobs, breast jobs, hair extensions, fake eyelashes, and all types of stuff. All to create this perfect image, an idol for you to worship. Innocent, but the whole time she's leading people into devil worship. Nation of Baphomet. Like I said, the industry is more than what you see on the surface. You got people that are just straight up worshiping Satan, and they're doing it right in front of our faces.
Word police, you false priests, trying to indoctrinate your people, but give me money.
It's just another plantation. I say all of it to say, being organized is more than alignment. It is knowing the traps we have laid out for you, and then moving around them. Everybody knows but you blacks. That education will only keep you enslaved. It will only produce what it has already produced. A bunch of dressed-up plantation workers perfectly content, working and serving under another man's vision. You don't really think we are going to teach you to build a nation for yourselves? Do you? If you were really educated, you would be able to solve your own problems. Problems like gang violence, poor economics, and underrepresentation. In
Time will tell. Time will tell. Time alone will tell. Hypocrite, you dirty hypocrite. You're gonna pay the price someday.
One question. It's one question. Do you think that your Vision 2020 is failing?
Well, my friend, when I went to Cuba, I had excellent laser eye repairs. So my vision is excellent. It's fine.
Wait, one more question, Mr. Prime Minister. One more question. Now, you are supposed to be the chief servant. Yes? Now, the reports are you are not serving the people.
Oh, I don't think that is entirely true. I mean, I serve all the time. Look, I just fired my gardener, my groundsman, and I serve Hazelwater all the time. Okay, no more question, please.
Mr. Prime Minister. I wanna fly. What is happening to Sweetie and T? Ask them boys in Parliament for me. Education is indeed a golden rule, but not to make you become a power-hungry fool. Next election, I'm telling you flat, I want a candidate who talks like a bat. I will campaign till the very end for somebody who can come from 1 to 10. Cause them fellas, they're bright, they're too bright, and that is why they now run this country right. Goodness gracious, they're bright, and that is why the country facing this blight. They're seeing bright with the 2020 vision, but those see people live in 1920 condition. It's all right. Look at vagrants in the city, they could easily overthrow the Chinese army. It's all right. I see they built a great big wall to ensure that Obama has seen the squalor at all. So for me, there is no other answer. It's best we elect a stupid prime minister. Cause them fellas, they bright. Good for them born and bright, but they now run this country right. I want to beg.
Administration for their continuance with regards to this notion of education and higher education and so forth and so on. I think this is a topic, Madam Speaker, irrespective of the political divide, that we all can agree on, because at the end of the day, education is very, very important. And someone once said, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
Yes, in a broken house, so much people pick me possess, then reducing crime. That is a fast, them fellas ain't no there. Eyeballs from the action. Every day it's a vicious murder and rape, and every day it's a known criminal escape. So I'm teaching OEO, the bagatelle for what I did. Who carry that spell to well? Cause the fellas, they're right. They're too right, and that is why they now run this country right. fellas the bright, like torchlight, that is why we can walk the streets at night. There's so crime infesting every neighborhood, yet we have an acting commissioner. Like here is Hollywood. There's so crime. They're keeping the blimp in the sky, but we crime red higher than Selassie. There's so crime. That drugs in police stations, the fellas getting transferred instead of prison. So with a campaign song from Malana Shah, it's best we elect a ganja prime minister. Cause them fellas get right, go for them more than bright, but they now run this country right. I want to stretch. Ay, ay, ay. All you used to say, Chambers was done see. His family serves a public apology. Check these politicians now. Read their CVs. Degrees like peace from UWI and UTT. But
listen, you're the best and the brightest. Harvard, Yale, Brown, Cornell. This is what we put out. Should have went to Norfolk State. Bastards, you would have got the same education. You would have spent a whole lot less money. Simple fucks.
Who do sing and Suki have no certificates from cutting coconut to the world's to conglomerate? Harvard, Stanford, Oxford, I really don't care. My candidate must graduate from Woodrow Square. Cause them fellas they bright, and that is why they now run this country right. Heavenly Father the bright, like satellite, and that is why the gas will come free at night. They're so bright that racism still exists. Them encourage copy, sing and sell women chauvinist. They're so bright. Ranchachi and Conde cast up.
I understand the chief minister.
Well, carry you with me.
No.
Members, please. Let's not go down that road. Let's please.
Madam Speaker, I'm very much concerned when he says he's taking me with him, because he made a statement that he's going to purchase a villa in Santo Domingo. And that two of us are going to Santo Domingo. I want to make it clear, I am not going to Santo Domingo with the chief minister.
Because you can get Santo Domingo and
I am staying in Anguilla. I'm not going to Santo Domingo with you. You are not going to lead me astray. You will not lead me astray. I am staying in Anguilla. Okay.
Behaving like a bunch of surrogate idiots. Political marriages, they love to arrange. Again, since Obama, every man just talking change. Wanna just don't promise to join with Kamala to make the country a total prime minister. Cause them fellas they bright, but all them more than bright, but they not run this country right. I wanna stress. Unemployment, a rising issue, this financial crisis. Not much we could have do. You're not responsible, but who's accountable is who's swearing up to serve the people. Property owners begging for the axe, encourage me to buy house. Now what kill me with tax? What was the airport scandal? Now it's you the cops. UNC, all of them in the same pot. Cause them fellas they right, they too right, and that is why they now run this country right. Mercy, mercy, they right, like kryptonite. That is why the country bank is so tight. They're so bright. They host $1 billion summit. Some people have no water or no toilets to spit. They're so bright. They're boasting that inflation fall, yet high food prices grabbing consumers by the ball head. They're so bright. They want to cover up their racket by the kid, the Rottweiler, or the cabinet.
Member for North.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I was Minister of Education up to the 25th of June last year, I was dismissed by the chief minister.
But if they should make Rowley the Prime Minister, tell the hard to end up in cholera. Must them tell us the right? But for the modern pride, for the now run this country right. I tell you the right, they're too right, and that is why they now run this country right. Oh, see the bright, like this spotlight, and that is why they now run this country right. So much children, they have no lunch in the bag. $2 million you spend on the flag. So much people, but they sent to the graveyard. And watch him now, distributing membership card. Hold 1 second. I just got a text, then Valley said, to tell Patos that he next. From the front and the back, we getting pressure. It's just the elector for the Prime Minister. Cause they tell us the right. But for the good and great, but they now run this country right. Sing along with me cause they're bright. They're too bright and that is why they now run this country right. Heavenly Father, they're bright like the moonlight, and that is why they now run this country right. So much corruption down in Wassa. You're paying bill and you still can't get no water.
Number 4, Valley South.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The poor people of Anguilla have been struggling for quite some time with as it relates to water situation. We just had a pump just recently. I was down. I think it's up and running again. The valley, well, the aquifer is not producing enough water for us to have to provide the country with water all around.
Tell Gary Hunt, we don't want no apology. Take down the flag and pay back the country money. Well, up to now, I really don't understand why we PM had to fire the grandson.
Madam Speaker, the history books will also recall that on the 25th day of June 2013, one of the most educated ministers of government of the day at that time was fired from government, Madam Speaker, as a result of being a failure to the people of Angola and the government to which he was a part of.
Well, next election, people said they voted Kamala. They said they prefer Trump in Prime Minister, cause they tell us the right. But for them all and right, but they now run this country right. They're very good
Now I recognize your point of order. What is your point of order? Madam Speaker, he called me years. I just spoke to the member with regards to that. He came to office. He wanted me to engage in crooked activities to benefit a certain businessman living in his constituency, and I refused. Madam Speaker, I will not allow that to go. Member, that is not a point of order. But I think he's saying that statement is right. I do not know what it is that he is referring to, Madam Speaker. You don't know? Please continue. As you're jumping up, jump up and speak to it. What is it? This honorable house now stands adjourned for 5 minutes.
Hypocrite, dirty hypocrite. You're gonna pay the price someday. Hey, listen up. You can't be wrong and get right. No matter how hard you may try, anything happens in darkness must come out
He say Luther say what you want, but this amount of shit I see in a show is an elephant. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
They're just making a mockery of democracy. Watch them violate the law with impunity and keep protecting the guilty, punishing the innocent constantly, and just making a mockery of democracy. They're making a mockery of democracy. They're making a mockery of the whole damn country.
Hypocrite, dirty hypocrite.
Yes, back here again, for the 11th time. Further break it down and show you a few more details of what really going on here. Right now we're trying to get a matter to go forward or win by several other liars. This here is a letter from John Wigley when I point out and tell you we had his board meeting about my bill. This letter went to the board of directors at 27th June 2011. The same Jerome sitting on top of the meeting, and when I tell you that he tell the board members, that John Wigley tell the board members that because the way it was done that was terminated without notice is unlawful, he was going to write a letter to Senate court, write him a letter the Monday to Senate court. Jerome Roberts said in all of that after when he come out when he hear me say that the reason why the board members standing up with him because them wrong and they will get in trouble too. This why them was doing me all of this. He pointed out to them in there, so tell them that I got a family and everything to take care of, to give them more money, but then refuse. See here? You got one pension policy there, but it's supposed to be two. See here? We highlighted. And tell them put this hand down here, so kindly know that our client's caption request is without prejudice to any legal action with regards to his dismissal from Anguilla. So after Jerome sitting in here and all of that now, he can tell John Wigley when he get outside to meet him in his office. This is why when I tell you I went to John Wigley after, ask him if he got send him the letter, he tell me he ain't writing nothing. You can't know. Like I say, the liars and them, like Lolita say, the government that pay him, so they ain't doing nothing there for you.
Madam Speaker, I want to say that the Anguilla Community College, this particular edifice when it is constructed in terms of the building, will indeed stand out as a landmark in my constituency, Madam Speaker, to which I'm indeed proud. I'm proud, Madam Speaker, because it shows the continuity and the purpose-driven ability within government to understand that you cannot play politics with the lives of our people, and especially the advancement of their education. And as Minister with responsibility for education, which I, Madam Speaker, did not sought from the Chief Minister, but because, Madam Speaker, of laziness on the part of the previous minister.
The law is common law and law. Yes. Once everybody goes to school, it's 2 years. You can't talk about that. You have a contract, you can get separated. That you can notice. And his contract requires 3 months notice.
When I tell you that Joyce Kenteshiga was also appointed as a chairperson for the tribunal. This is the letter from the ministry. We appointed her to but when I show the appointment note that she also a shareholder, I tell the lawyer at Hamilton Firm to ask her to remove herself because it's conflict against interest. The same thing the man was pointing out about Marcel 5. But like I tell you, nobody didn't want to move him because he's a friend of Benjamin. This letter, an email wrote to Malani, to went to Pemberton Webster and some who were in her office. She here pointed out inside of this letter that she also a shareholder in Marcel 5 that would be on her appointment on the basis of the same conflict of interest. So she removed herself. Or Marcel 5 didn't want to remove himself. She wrote, Melanie Lim wrote, Wildcat to copy it to Arjul and all of them with the same objection to Marcel 5. But as I point out the reason why he didn't want to come off neither. With all of that, while over there, so David Gomes had sent me a bill, which my same bill will tell you what I'm cutting off for. And I explained to the lawyer here by Webster Darude Mitchell, Malani Lim. She wrote to David Gomes. This letter. She also pointed out in it telling him that concerning the unlawful termination of my employment, she lists the kids that I had with me, my children, at the time. The last one at that time was a month old. She went on telling him all, because when all of this was going on, I called Jerome. Jerome told me about some anonymous person paying my current bill. See, here so. So I tell her, this is my bill and I'd like to know who. She also write on the same company and tell them to send everything forward and to name who the person is. But you can see, anonymous person paying my bill, and today my bill cut because what they were doing was pressuring me to do all kind of thing to bend for them for what the manager cost them. So the lawyer write to Tara now, explaining the situation, why the bill had to stay on, because there was an agreement between the both that everything was settled for it to stay on then. You see Jerome Roberts went here. She also leave out Clifton Noyes. He was also at the meeting, but she didn't add it in here. The reason why I shine the full thing so that you could see for yourself, because I could read it and leave out what I want. Like how Tama was doing to me inside of the meeting. Because he was supposed to give me the letter which the supervisor read Lincoln Hodge when he went in there Deloitte. Okay, after that now, this paper here, dated Friday, 15th April 2011. And this picture here, this person here, Sandra Fye, is Marcel Fye's sister. Sandra Fye, like I point out in all your videos, when she called Malana to tell me about I must send the child to school. Now, I point out in all your videos also showing the amount of shares her brother Marcel Fye got in the company. Now, to protect her shares, the family shares, she get her man Darius Duncan in court, in the courthouse under the junior magistrate who shouldn't be there, to do my kind of to order me to leave my evidence by the door. This here is Randa Khanna with him, the permanent secretary now, Chanel Pettibury.
And if you check the courthouse, you'll find a few dressed up with nice clothing of class. But when you check the head they on, you'll be surprised when you find out that they are just ambitious jackass.
Now they have a thing they call jackass, and I'm sure all of you have heard. It's because the place full of jackasses. And I'm talking about the true sense of the word.
Because I give you a pillow doesn't mean that you were blessed. It just means that I gave you a fucking pillow. If a
And when I was pointing out to you, telling you that the pastor, Garrett Hodge, see here, he was on the board for ANDEC at that time, all when this happened. But the reason why all of this here, I'll point out in the media, see what really going on. This newspaper, dated Friday 28 September 2012. In this newspaper here, when John Benjamin quit the Talk Your Mind program, he went over to the program, the TV program with Wycliffe Richardson. After all of this, when Jai Skintish Egan had come off, they went on top of the same station and point out, telling the people about the labor laws, that they need to change them and all kind of thing. Know that to protect them shares. The laws, not only the laws in Anguilla, it is the people who are the problem. And it's the people who need to change, like the Queen had told you, but I'll show you a lot of things were going on wrong here. This same paper that I had, inside of this same paper, the same James Woods, who gave consent to Chanel ignorance, was showing that he didn't know what he doing, put inside of the same newspaper here, the code for prosecutors. In here, telling you, with the same thing, fair, effective, and expeditious prosecutions are essential for the maintenance of law and order. That's 3.2 into went down. But down here, 3.4 to say it is the duty of the prosecutor to make sure the right person is prosecuted for the right offense and to bring those who commit offenses to justice wherever possible.
No, you can't stop just say that. You can't tell me that. This got to go, this is a labor dispute. In a labor matter, the government know about it, and this got to go for a court to get settled. You go and talk to the government and find out what's going on. Find in that.
They come in different shapes and forms, some bearing cross. Like wolves,
the principal, all of them know what happened. Go and talk to Edison Beard.
Why Edison Beard is in the government?
Well, when he was in the government, he knew about it. General Roberts knew about it too.
What does that do with
do what I'm doing to me, them doing me and my family.
You see, when I was going up atlas, he tried to put it apart. That's a different thing. So they got everything separated. You have to look at the stuff and just but that was doing. It's some atlas separate. You separate, it's separate, but all two need to come together. Yeah, because this whole thing is from was the manager thought they don't want to start.
Not a good day for the Tories. No wonder David Cameron, leaving home, looked like he'd rolled out of the ride of bed.
Well, I am angry about what has happened. It is out of order. This is an abuse of taxpayers' money, and I'm going to deal with it. Because thieving. It's no good trying to blame that on someone else. All responsibility should be punished. There are MPs in prison, and a damn good thing too, excuse my language.
Were allowed to pay back what they had taken wrongly.
Those
these people are being thrown into jail for what they did.
Watch them violate the law with unity and keep protecting the guilty and punishing the innocent constantly and just making a mockery of democracy. They're making a mockery of the whole damn country.
It's because the place full of jackasses. And I'm talking about the true sense of the word.
Now if you read all of this, and everything was happening to me here, I'll show you the letter from John Wrigley. And if you go through all the videos from the first, you'll see that I was terminated for spite, willfully to please two brothers who shouldn't be there according to the company rules. Steve Hodge, responsible for Clinton Bryan death in Lincoln, responsible for all of this. The two of them joined together. Now when you look at it, out here in society, when you got criminals, sex offenders, and all these different people who commit acts, murderers and them lock them up, put them away from society. But the same society who are here in Anguilla is what doing the people around. This is why the Queen had told him to send them home. But it's a friendship thing, he didn't send nobody home. He leaving them there to give him more problem.
It is all too clear that we have a big problem with gangs in our country. For too long there's been a lack of focus on the complete lack of respect shown by these groups of thugs. Lack of proper parenting, a lack of proper upbringing, a lack of proper ethics, a lack of proper morals. That is what we need to change.
If this is not a mistake, please tell me what sense it makes.
She don't want to step on anybody's toes, so she don't want to push it.
It's because the place full of jackasses. And I'm talking about the true sense of the word.
They're making mockery of the whole damn country.
Damn!
We came from a reserve position of $0 at the end of 29 to a position today of just over $29 million in reserve, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I always know from experience, someday it gon' show where we have more money than sense. I always know from experience, someday it gon' show where we have more money than sense. the north pen erected in January. It is then uprooted in February. Cause this thing is happening yearly again and again. And if the taxpayers' money keep going down the drain, I'm asking the government, use your common sense.
Everybody in this room.
Okay. To went on these two letters now. But before I show you that, let me show you here. This one, corruption-free Anguilla again. If you notice here, this is the same site with Dan Mitchell. I tell you, go I agree, corruption-free Anguilla, and type in I love it to come up. Yeah, to check out the whole of this thing, he went on, he said, so that even if I was mad at some incident, like learning that Keatley has had the lack of good sense to apply for the vacant post of magistrate.
Now they have a thing they call jackass, and I'm sure all of you have heard.
Now everybody know he ain't got no common sense. But you seen Keatley up there today convicting other people when he himself shouldn't be inside of the courthouse and the governor ain't doing nothing. Okay, with all of that, this one on the top of here, anonymous person, right here, I know went to law school, but is he even admitted to the bar in Anguilla? He has no experience practicing law, and he wants to be a magistrate. I know he's arrogant, but this would be really over the top. Now to really over the top. Because to just like everybody will point out, wherever you take a donkey and put it to remain a donkey. See here, the same Dan Mitchell here now.
The commissioner was supporting the British interest, not Anguilla's interest, Desmond, you know that?
Well, up to now. Up to now, the same thing hasn't changed.
Okay, I'm glad you make mention of that point. And now this is going to raise a lot of eyebrows. When the President Attorney General was, he was about to take up office in Anguilla. He was used, the President Chief Minister, the Bar Association, and other entities made issues with the former governor and said to the former governor that how you're going about this thing and appointing this present Attorney General was not right, because his proven record where he came from last was not a good one. Okay, you listen, Desmond? Okay, the governor ignored all the calls and the requests from the Bar Association, from the Chief Minister for consultation, and he went to do it on his own. The Anguilla United Front, all of them, both those in the government, those sitting and out, not sitting, never one day issued a statement. James Wood was nominated as the Attorney General of Anguilla. And we lived long enough to know how many hundreds of thousands of dollars the government paid out with no legal representation with this gentleman as Attorney General. Remember the story with the young man who was found running away When I'm saying the police catch him with drugs and say, oh, let him go carry my case of mistaken identity. Remember the police officer who was charged with selling a lot of driver's license? He gone. Remember the lawyer and the other lawyer who had an issue with the court. You know, they ain't get nowhere. Remember the second nominated member who was charged. You know, them big frigates. Nothing happened to them. Remember? All that era. When I'm not saying Mr. Woods was there with everything, but the point I'm trying to make is that this new Attorney General who is coming, Her Excellency, may God bless her, the statement was made that in accordance with the Anguilla Constitution and with the discussion with the Bar Association and the Attorney and the Chief Minister, Mr. Rupert whatever has been appointed Attorney General to replace James Wood. So how the farmer governor?
You think you're going to be ever much different to maybe in the criminal part of it, but you think you're very much different?
No, Lord Desmond, what I'm saying, whether he be worse than, no, whether he be worse than or better than, the proper procedure was followed.
Okay.
The proper procedure was followed. The farmer governor didn't follow procedure. He just cowboy style, he did right late.
So the evidence only here proven that I'm not go to college and graduate for attendance, because you could see the positions and the job titles and giving them can't even live up to it. And look at it, the education officer had all the facts, should write me a letter but he out 30 days not exceeding the required 38 days, which means the law didn't have to kick in but I in court. After that now, I went by the school to get my child attendance record. Now in court, they give me one like this, which is the attendance record. When I went by the school, if you go back, you'll notice that I was in prison from the 9th of November. I come back out from the 9th. I went back in the 12th of November and come back out in December. So all that time, this is a child's school record. The child was in school like he said to them inside of there. I know the child is in school. When he said that I'm causing a big problem in the education department. But I'm going to still send him to prison. This is how educated he is. The child in school, to shine the child in school all this time, with his friends in there. The child in school, the child coming home every day, asking my mother, what happened to me, why they put me in there. Affecting the child for he learning anything, but I in prison sitting down saying, I refuse to send the same child to school. Okay, I went back up at the school now. After them put me in the third term. So, when I got up by the school, the principal now come tell the teacher now she got to do it up. Get the same Connie to write it up on the computer, say that the authorities ain't using this no more. So the facts can't go inside of the court no more. Because I read everything about them see. I'll show you all of that too. I gone up at the school after. I asked for his attendance record. Mine and his parent, but I can't get the attendance record. Man, looking for Fanta report card.
One is on the list to the catch-up program. That's the school. The holidays, starting on Monday.
Yeah, but how do you get it? Well, that's another thing. Yes, I also come for his attendance record from March. Yeah, after reviewing all the evidence they got here, so that kind of stuff, they need a report, attendance record. I know that, but the one you had was right out. The one that we need is the one that...
I cannot put it, but it's on the record, and I put it by it. I cannot give you the scratch and then register as a teacher did, because remember that has all the children's information. All other children's information is not only one page information.
I had all the children records.
That's why I'm saying it's wrong.
But this was saying is the one that I have now, what you gave me.
It's only one
page. The other one that the attendance records, they will show everything. You don't have to put well the rest case you mark out fancy one.
But how am I going to put the copy? You want to register for the copy, right? That's what you want?
From March 30.
So how am I going to get one to one over all? There's a whole paper like this with everybody's name on it. How am I going to get one to out of that?
Yeah, but you're not interested in fancy one. I'm interested in the next one. I understand what you're saying, but you ain't listening to me either.
But I cannot do that,
I had the same record.
I didn't even see it was wrong. The higher dancing, that was not what I was supposed to do. I'm only supposed to give you what's strange to you.
Well, okay, you could do that later. I come for his record. His report card.
There is one thing I
so I have to deal with you. Thanks. She write up this and give me. Her word can't stand up in court, but this now I should write up opposite the attendance record. If you notice, she write all the times he in school. He in school all the time April, and I in prison again, saying I refuse to send a child to school. But the reason why I'm doing all of that, because I'm trying to break me, to get me to do what they want. Forget it like this.
They can't get it like that. That's what I told you. That is wrong.
I mean, this is wrong.
Because this has everybody's information on it.
So how are we going to know that Vanta exactly from the currency?
Because it has it right there and I certified it.
I tell you that after reviewing all the facts and evidence that they give them, they see that that kind of standard.
Who is they? Tell the Bray, come and get it. Come and look at the register. Because you cannot get it like that.
Okay,
This doesn't make sense. This does not make sense to give you everybody's attendance. What I did, the names are on it. But the names are on the front here. So I have to do just measure them up. And what I did is I went through it week by week by week, and I give you the number of times you were school out of the number of times that the school was open.
So I can't have it like this. That's why I tell you.
That's what I'm saying. It is not right to do it like this. It's a common law. It cannot be done like this. It is not supposed to be done like this. You are not supposed to have other people. You're not. I'm not coming up with a law. You are not, by right, you are not supposed to have the other children's information. That is what happened, and I gave you.
See how this is. And see how the fancy one outlined. This is all I need.
But it has all the other children's information on it.
But I tell you, look here, you sign here, so which is the true document here, right? Which is, this is the school attendance record.
Yes, because they had done this like that already.
But
after I reviewed it, it is not right to give you everybody's information. So I went and I give it to you the way that it's supposed to be done. You want your child information.
I see you doing what everybody expects you to do, but I'm going to have to come down to what it's supposed to be, because if you look at it, the attendance record showing will show everybody. You gave me a letter there, so you went and saw it, say it's totally different. Well, so how could I stand at your word? All I saying is I want the attendance.
You cannot get it like that. You cannot get it like that.
So why I get it like this before with everybody?
Because you went to the class and she put a copy this.
This come from RU. This when I get my summons from RU. Look at here.
That didn't come to you.
This come to me.
This went to the department.
But this come to me.
This was the education department. So if you want to go to the education department like that, you go to them, and then they will instruct you to do like that. As far as I know, the right thing to do is to give you Devante's attendance. How many times you are school, or how many times sign it, and give it to you. Because any other parent will come to me and ask me why I would give you their child's attendance.
But I'm interested in not a child attendance, is all I'm saying.
And I am, and that's what I'm saying, so I give you your child's attendance.
Okay, well, all are you playing this stupid game?
I am not playing the game. I gave you the child's attendance.
Like I said, after reviewing the whole records,
I am not playing any game.
It don't make sense arguing with you. We
just have
to go through the correct way, like how it was done.
If it's an official person who wants it, and they want whatever, they can have it like that. But you asked me for your child attendance, and I gave you a child attendance. And I certified.
So how come somebody else will have it like that and have my child attendance on it? And I can't have it, and it's my child.
But I give you a child attendance.
Are you sick, girl? Are you sick?
I'm not sick. I gave you a child attendance.
Which I ain't playing no stupid games with now. Alright. While all of that going on, you see I was fired unlawfully. Them don't want to do Thomas Hodge nothing, who is their manager, because his wife is a senior civil servant. So them don't want to offend them friends in there. And to couldn't have gone further than past Stanley. But the same Christina Scott, Anguilla governor, here could I see other people just to make a music video, but something so life-threatening, she couldn't see me. She on the radio talking about the boats that had burned in the cove, talking about it to affect them livelihood, to affect them psychologically and emotionally. But look at what happening to me and my family here. And I could not see how you didn't dress no different to who we are seeing on going through in the videos. But the reason all of them, because to affect them, because the same owner of the boats, his wife working at the same government department there, so by the governor office. Okay, after that, I'm try all kind of thing. Them send me the same David send me a letter. If I'd accept it, just accept it. Would I take up my house, property, everything I own? I'm going to show you something here again. I showed these letters before. These letters come to me from the lawyer who represents National Bank. Here notice, on top of these got arrears, outstanding fees and that kind of thing. Now if you notice that from what I'm saying here, the house was supposed to be sold long time. This come here from a Another lie within the same office. The 23rd July 2013. But you want to pay close attention, you see the arrears here coming up again. And underneath here, should say, please note that interest continue to occur daily at EC $42.70. So, why you think about the damage what happening here to me, my family, what I'm doing willfully? Okay. After all of that, I went to check my bills now. I went by the life insurance. I talked to them, I talked to the manager. The life insurance, this here, so them had right up for me. Them do that on 27 June 2011. This is 6 months now overdue, while the payments now total to them. So, you notice they got on this sticker too, which states they come from you. But when I got there, the manager told me, I ain't got no more life insurance there. Because after 3 months, everything was gone. I said to her about how to come gone. The reason why I could not get a loan from the bank unless I open this life insurance. So if I don't have a life insurance, what happened to my loan? Because if anything happened to me, the life insurance would pay off that.
Good morning. I come to find out about my thing I used to pay in here.
How are you doing?
Yeah, right.
Are you trying to find out?
My balance on the life insurance I used to pay for.
How your name?
Franklin Petty. Can you get a printout too, please?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the two policies that you have for you starting in 2011. So what is it?
How much to go on to now? The total on it, where it's supposed to be.
No, you can do it just today. Once a year passes, you cannot revise the policy. Cancel.
How to just cancel? So I owe nothing here?
Your next due date was January 2011, so you paid up to December 2010. From December 2010, you haven't paid anything.
Mm-hmm.
So how many years is that now? 3 years, 3 years and a half. So you cannot revise a policy like this. You don't
So
have
how you would know why I don't have no insurance? So
keep the policy up to date.
So that means if I don't have an insurance, because this insurance was on the loan, so which means, yeah.
So who making the payment? Payment from us, right?
National Bank, so that means that pay off.
National Bank paying a loan?
If that the case, because...
Well, you should know. Because then you see reflection on your slip in your account, your statement. Like you can see here, the last time you received any money, the money was paid into the office. It was the 16th of December 2010. That is very same January in the same. If you said it comes from the bank, and the payment comes to the bank.
Nothing. Did this year so on to the things, the loan that I got to the bank. So which means...
How is it going to a bank to the bank?
Was something wrong? Yeah. That means the last time I come in here, I could not make none. I went to watching in here. Vonnie. And tell about it.
Because the policy will be behind. It's just like you're telling us that we cannot make it fair, but we cannot do anything about it.
But then it wouldn't be total enough what I owe all the time, because it's something that...
within the year, let's say, okay, January 2011 is in, and you come in, let's say, anytime you spend anytime within 2011 to make a payment, the policy will remain active. If you haven't made a payment in 2010, after a year pass, the policy cancels. So
what is it? What is it? Let me go talk. Good morning.
Can I help you? One time help you?
Yeah, what happened? I just come from everything, but told me nothing on top of my thing that they got nothing there. So I understand really what's going on, because if I owe for my life insurance for well, let's say it's like 3 years now, because
you last after 3 months. Every time you said you were coming, you never came because of your situation, right?
Yeah, but what happened, this life insurance onto the loan that I have.
But you don't pay it.
So that means something would be with the loan too. I'd have to go there find out.
Do you pay your loan?
No.
What, the loan for what?
I can't, yeah.
Well, you sure that means foreclosed already? 3 years? You don't pay anything on it? Come on, Paige.
So, but all of this in my fault, you know.
Whose fault?
This is the company one. I was fired wrongfully. They're doing me all kind of thing. That's why I keep coming there explaining you.
Tells you it wasn't your right to pay a loan. That was a contract that you signed that you pay your loan every month, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And to also the last that them
broke. It was your business, even though you were fired, to go and seek employment to pay your loan to secure your property. But you need to go to the bank to find out.
Yes. I cannot get nothing to do because of the shit that I'm doing to me.
Well, you could have.
You didn't watch all the videos?
You just can't sit down and say with the shit what they're doing to you. You have to be a man. You got to stand up. You got to be.
I trying to listen. Okay. After all of this, I gotta explain you and then listen.
What I'm trying to tell you, you have to be determined. I have a family. I have to go and look for food for my children. I just cannot.
I determined. I say I got a family. I trying to get my things fast. They are doing me all kind of thing.
For the same reason, then you have to find another route. You have to find another way in which don't depend on them.
Them could go in the newspaper. Leave them to God. Everybody else could go pull that case against them. I gotta leave them to God.
Okay. Well, you're gonna end up being the loser, Petty. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Let it rest. When you let it rest.
No, but you have children, so you can't. No, I ain't in that. I ain't listening. Nobody gonna leave this rest and that. I got a case in court. I was locked up in prison 3 times for nothing. Poison while in there. I must leave that, yes?
Well, you don't expect that your policy will be enforced after 3 years, right?
The reason why I come take out a life insurance that the bank said me I need it in order for my loan in case anything.
I understand.
So how come let me tell you something. I just come from by another place where I got a loan. Mm-hmm. That paid off too. So whoever doing wrong these things.
What do you mean it was paid off?
It seems so.
It's paid off.
They tell me I got nothing.
Without you
so I give no consent to these things, and they're just going around doing things now to make things
I remember when you go to the bank for a loan, that property becomes yours when you're finished paying off for that loan.
I understand from day one how everything goes, but what I'm saying, my life insurance connected to that.
Right, but you're not paying none of them. You understand? So you can't expect to have life insurance when you're not paying your loan, you're not paying your life insurance premium. What's your name again?
How come everybody telling me what I must do? The manager fired me for nothing because the last year mandated me to do them nothing. I getting all the punishment, me and my family. They lock me up, poison me, doctors, everybody with them, but I must leave them up to God.
What's your name again?
Franklin Petty.
You can't be insured if you're in pay premium.
So which means that I don't owe nothing here then, that's why I say.
No, because the policy lapsed, I'm going to show you. You haven't paid this policy since 2011, it's now 2014. Pick up that. There's my police on it. It's head office. You hear me? You took out, it's gone. You took out this policy in November 2004 and you stopped paying it since December 2010. Isn't it?
2010 or 11?
No. You're supposed to pay for 2011. So that's how it will look. It's 28th of January, you pay last year. You paid it on the 16th of December 2010 for December. So you were supposed to pay for January, and it did not come in. The last date was in December, 16th of December 2010. Okay? So you were supposed to pay for January, of which you have not. So January 2011. You took out the policy in 2004 and 2010, you stopped paying. Okay? So you have 2004, 2010, that's 6 years. So we should have a little something for you. Some money that you place in the policy for both policies. You have 2 policies here. You understand?
Yeah, but I gotta find out now. So nothing gone on since I didn't pay, like to say that I owe you.
Nothing gone on?
Like charges.
No, we don't charge. If you ain't pay, you just pay it until you pay. No, you couldn't. I apologize. Same to you. True.
Like I know now I couldn't.
What do you think? You think nothing gone on, right?
Like in like you know, if you owe something, balance would go on. Like say I drew, yes.
But you cannot continue this because it's that after 1 year you cannot do it. So if you want a policy, you have to start all over again.
Okay, my advice telling you is this: the reason why I come open this because of the loan by the bank. So which means something going on here. So because I didn't get no statements now from there. So I would have to go find out.
You're not going to get any because you don't pay. So you don't get no statement. You don't get nothing. You understand?
Are your customer getting all the time?
Yeah, because you were paying. But no, you're not paying. They're not going to send anything.
But I mean, as a customer, if I go, I should be able to.
But you have forfeited your contract. You're supposed to go to pay your loan. They gave you a certain amount to pay your loan every month. You said you stopped since when? 2010. Right?
Let me go find out, see what's going on.
Because you're looking out sharp, you're here, leave the house.
Well,
you don't pay.
them responsible still.
Who is it?
Video 10, call it out.
No, they are not responsible.
No, go on video.
The onus is on you to make sure that you pay your bill.
No, but go on video 10 and to explain everything like that. You know, have a nice day.
Okay. You understand what I say, right?
But I ain't studying that, you know, honest, because the last mandated. Why you only mean my family being punished?
I don't know.
This all I say, and everybody got thrown too, you know. But go on video 10 and to explain everything, you'll see what's going on.
What's going on? Why are you having again?
Go on video 10. Stop it, I'll call you later. So yeah, when you're done, see what's going on.
You okay?
But I just say, yeah, I can't get nothing because of what I'm doing to me.
So now you gotta look at a business, what you know you'll be successful in.
No, I gotta look at trying and get my cases called. I got 3 cases the government do to me. He sit down in front of the government ministers, violate the labor laws.
Who?
The manager. I get punished for it. I don't care I getting punished for it, me, my family. They sit down and know all the things. I drag in court with a lawful excuse underneath a part that I'm calling a magistrate. They lock me up, poison me, put me in prison, do my kind of thing. I ain't giving in to nothing what I'm doing, you know. I gonna fight my case, the stupid games I'm playing. And keep exposing them more and more.
What to pay the liar?
Them responsible. They're
responsible?
No, listen. What happening to me is true what? Well, the tender exchange. Just what happened. You know.
Okay.
So what happened now? This is the life insurance we're paying. National Caribbean Insurance Limited. See here? The head office is at Church Street, Bastille and St. Gates. So these is 2 books stapled together. And if you notice, here is the same number on the slip. So all of a sudden, my life insurance disappeared. But with this, I'm going to show you why them send me prison all together too. This explain everything. Sending me prison now and poisoning me would now clear up everything for them. So whoever paying my bills now, they clear up everything I got out here. So now everything will gone now, them clear again, free or nothing. For the same thing again with Clinton Bryan. I went after that. I went by Scotiabank. I went by Scotiabank, asked for a printout of history, my payment and everything, and what balance and everything there.
Good morning.
Morning.
I come to see the person over the credit card, the manager. Yeah.
What exactly are you querying?
My credit card.
What to it?
I want a printout of it, and
You don't get your statement?
no, I don't get any money. I don't know. You would have to ask you. Franklin said it. What's yours? Ken for a job.
Your card is charged off.
What do you mean to charge off? Pay it for?
No, as in, when I have to pay, make a payment towards it.
That'll be in 2011.
Seriously?
Seriously. That's why I come to inquire and get nothing.
Okay, your billing address is San Luis. You don't have a PO box? Because there's a lot of statements that will go out, and then because they don't have a PO box, I have to post them over the post office box.
They normally go to a PO box here, but I can't remember the PO box.
That's the problem. If you get a PO box, then you will get your statement. But if it doesn't have a PO box, and the person ain't go to the post office, it comes back here. And then after a while, we have to destroy them. So that might be the case. I can give you your last statement. Anything additional to that, you have to give it.
Additional, as in if I want everything from the last date of the, how much that would be?
Last one. It would be $2 per page.
Okay, give me the last one to pay it off there.
The balance would be, but I don't see it. What's the name? I don't know.
What a guy named who over this? The last time I contacted.
Jamal.
Because from time I come they had to go straight to my mother box. So everything will come in there. I think they should be in there.
Are you seeing a statement to you? I'm trying to figure out. Let me just ask somebody a question. Hold on.
Is she going to come back? Yes, she's going to come back.
Because your credit card is charged off, you won't get anything. I give you more.
What do you mean it's charged off? What do you mean?
You have not paid it in 3 years. So it's charged off.
No, that can't just... Okay. That means I supposed to owe something.
Yes. You
Yes.
have a balance. But I mean, charge everything. You can't use it.
No, I want intend to use it. I just want...
Bye. Okay, so your balance? Here.
Give me a printout of it.
That's what I I can't give you a printout. Because it's not being paid for so long, I can't give you a printout.
Listen, I've been getting all kind of stupidness whenever I go anywhere to deal with my business. I used to get a printout before. I would like to have a printout, please,
I'm
of my
telling you, I checked the history on your card and nothing is there to print. How are you feel like I'm lying to you? I can show you there's nothing. The most I can do is show you on the screen where your balance is. But as far as printing statements, there's nothing there to
No,
print.
I want a printed statement. All my other things I had from here is printed. I don't want nothing signed up. On top of that, to say anything. Just gives me a statement from here to say.
There's no statement to give you.
But to would come print out with this on it. With everything, I want it just how it is.
I'm telling you, there's no statement in the system. Check. If you don't believe it. When it comes to credit card.
Excuse me. If I were getting my things inside of it mail like everybody, it would have how long it wasn't paid and the total of it. This all I want. I want
How long it wasn't paid?
Yes. And
what other things? How long it wasn't paid, it would just give you a balance. You know, you take no way.
Well, this all I asking for. I want a balance. I don't want it. No, I don't want it later.
Customer statement. There's nothing here. You would see like the different dates. There's nothing here because your card is charged off. There would be.
So which means oh, are you not in there?
Yes, you do. But you see the
well,
balance.
that's why I asked him. I just wanted stating, well, Scotia so and so. This is what I owe.
You want to write it on an official bank document? I have to write it on.
Print it from where I got here. Everywhere I go, everybody with the same shit because of my situation. I sure when you ring behind here so that it's same.
I had to ask them if I see it.
Because all behind here is the same thing. Why that's so smart?
That's the best I could do.
They ain't so bigger, man. I could hardly see that. Just print it out bigger. Yeah, but this could come up bigger. But just maximize it and either come out bigger. I could hardly see that. I would have to put on glasses for that. Much better. Why the tricks with it?
No, this is a longer process. I had to go put on a word, expand it, and do off anything.
So where did you say it come from?
Sorry?
Where did I say it come from? I see Scotia Bank.
Scotia Bank, you want Scotia Bank stamp or the stamp?
Yeah. So this is it here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
The girl gave me paper. The first one she gave me a paper big like this, but this here was small up in the corner here like this. So I tell them I print it bigger and give them in. But look here. This here so saying for imply nothing. So how could I get a credit card loan if I wasn't working somewhere? And all of this here so now saying zero, everything. So who paying half my bills and why? But I mean telling me nothing because them don't want to give me no documents stating that everything gone. The credit card charge off, full access, two different cards I had here. So I went back after again and I meet with the same guy who I used to go to all the time after I was fired to explain the situation. He said that he got reported to the people in Barbados to leave them know what's going on. This newspaper dated Friday 3rd February 2012. This newspaper is actually already, but this one here is when Krista was admitted to the bar, and you see her family over here. This is Atnell Richardson, her father, who also now is a chairperson on the board of Anguilla. Garrett Hodge, who was also a former board member. Clifton Niles, who resigned from the board of Anguilla board, was also on Anguilla board. And if you notice when in the earlier video 10, I show the letter where Cora write. If you go through that, Cora now asking the Christian Council for what he was really saying to get involved. But the reason why Christian Council can't get involved with this, because 3 pastors was on the board of Anguilla and all 3 know what's going on and doing the same wrong. Okay. I show earlier a picture of Alistair Richardson, who is the superintendent of the prison. Alistair Richardson is Christy's brother-in-law. Alistair Richardson will point out also owner of Tucson Funeral Home. So if I had died in there, so then I had an undertaker. And when I went back by Scotiabank to get my printout again, to speak with the same guy that I was telling about all the time. And he was pulling all kind of games. He would come, he'd stand up, he'd shout out to somebody, let him call him. He turn off, he walk on outside, talk to one of the co-workers who were going in the ATM. He come back in, he turn off, he went. So I asked the girl, why the stupid grin? Because I see what he was playing. And you know, after I just didn't say nothing until I gone, because when you sit down with a fool and play them games, I'm gonna just turn you a fool too.
Excuse me, miss. I wanted to speak with a person over the credit card.
You're looking at getting a credit card?
No, I want to speak with a person in charge of over the credit card.
There's no one over today. Is at least what you want to find out so I can put you to the right person. You have a problem with your credit card?
Not quite. The last time when I come here, I informed the guy and
you put someone before?
yeah.
Is it down like it?
A guy, I know who he is. A tall, slim guy. He's so thick.
Jamal, what?
I can't remember.
Maybe Jamal, he's not in the office now. Probably Jamal. You want him to call you or want me to take a name and number?
No, I need to speak with someone today.
He's going to be back in office unless you want to hold on. Jamal's still out, right? I'm not sure when he was there. He came back in? Alright, hold on, let me see if I can find him.
I want to speak with someone who's head of the loan section for the card. Not quite. No, I have one here already. My name is Giselle Fruit. Huh? Giselle?
Do you would pronounce it
Giselle? Yeah. Yes, good morning. You remember me, Franklin Petty? Franklin Petty, yeah. Yeah. I would like to know what is going on with my credit card in terms of printout of it. And what is credit card? You have to get down to them and you can know about the situation that I tell you about. Huh? Yes. So what's the intention for it? Well, I just want to know what happened because normally a customer getting things in the mail like to keep them updated. So, but the thing is that once it goes bad, like right now what I'm checking now it's completely bad. So we normally don't continue to issue statements. You don't normally? We don't continue to issue statements because what happens is that goes for long, you know. After you haven't made a minimum payment, equivalent of a minimum payment in 571 days. But in terms of the balance but then still I wouldn't be notified that I would have to pay this thing because I still got outstanding there. With a pencil letter. And when that would be? You're not. That's why you're here. Okay. Which are you? Did any other agency contact you? Agency like where? Like CJC. Who's CJC? Caribbean Industry. Caribbean Jewish Chamber with that. No.
Okay. Alright. So what's your intention of knowing this, being aware of this now? What's the plan after payment for it?
Well, I just want to know what is going on. I ain't getting nothing.
The card is 571 days in arrears. So completely closed off. That's how it is. We can't do anything with that card at this point.
I understand that, but it's the thing where you tell me I was supposed to get and get nothing. That's what I tell you.
Oh, you get a demand letter. Which is strange, but I'll investigate that for you. But what I would like to know is, but in regards to payment wise, what can you do?
I give you the I tell you the situation already. I can't do nothing now.
But you can't do anything now?
No.
When will you be able to do anything? You're not sure?
Well, I'm not know. I don't know yet. I'm trying to work on my situation right now.
Okay, I am familiar with the situation. I gotta be guaranteed you spoke to them.
No, I spoke to you. I can't remember the girl name. She was here.
Samantha?
That's it. Gone.
Samantha.
Yeah. And Erica was there.
Erica?
Mm-hmm. Peter, sorry about that.
That was a long time.
But I wanna tell you.
Years ago?
I wanna tell you, so I didn't get no chance then to come back.
Oh, that was the... Okay. Ooh, that's long time. Yeah. Okay. I'll print this screen for me, and we'll continue to observe it, because there's not anything you can do at this point. There's not anything you can do.
But what happened? I ain't getting nothing, so I would like to know, is everything paid off or something? Because...
No, the card is paid off. That's what I told you, was 5,745.
But I mean, interest would be going on and it all the time.
No, it's not. Interest also have a growing. There's no interest going on at this point.
That's very strange.
I would think you'd have been glad for that.
It's strange.
No, after you reach so far in delinquency, we don't worry constantly with interest.
That happened to everybody?
Yes, once you reach 500 in those days in arrears, we don't worry constantly with interest. It makes no sense at this point. Okay? You are already way out of your league.
So, the statement you say
Rudolfo, I want to see how when you finish. When I want to see you. Yeah, so when you finish. Yeah, it happens to everyone. Once you're that far in our thing, the thing is that the negative thing about it is that you can never get back on card with us. So once you reach at that stage, we don't work on with interest.
So my reputation in terms of getting back a car damaged.
Is damaged. Because you're unable to make the appropriate payments that are required, and because you're that far in a we are going to discontinue doing business in future for credit cards. Maybe you will need to consider next product, but not a credit card at this time.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, but as soon as your situation changes, leave us know if we can see. Go to
you could monitor it too.
Yes, I will
on YouTube.
Hold on.
Where that sneaker grin? Where the sneaker grin?
No, I'm wondering what you want. I guess.
I just want the report for it.
We don't, it doesn't, it's not even that payment would be payment. Funds and we don't see. They want to copy the time for that. To write down the balance of the card.
Print it, whatever they print it. Because he said I was supposed to get a statement and you know. A letter then and get that. I could pass back to the letter sometime.
I'm not sure who has it.
But why he gonna be?
He wants to know if he has it in the letter. Jama.
I'll be sending you to that. Yeah, you'll get a letter mail today, so you'll get the mail device with our information.
Okay then.
And people in Anguilla seemingly to believe to have all the power. Anguilla took advantage of a lot of people in this country, and that needs to stop.
With this here, so newspaper put up this. This newspaper will Stanley read again symposium call for health and safety standards at the workplace. In this newspaper, on page 3, with Scotiabank Managing Director Pamela Hubbard. She here so talking about the price of safety and that kind of thing. And look what happening inside the same bank where she is managing. Them playing the same stupid games. So the people who come here to investigate the banks here on this newspaper, Friday 14, February 2014, to investigate Caribbean Commercial Bank and National Bank. No need to add another bank to them list because of the corruption was going on in there too. And you notice I pointed out earlier, nothing could not pass Stanley Reid to go to the governor because he in there protecting his friends. When I went to him, he told me that whoever telling me that the governor could do something about the magistrates, them fooling me, which he was lying to me because under the Constitution, which I point out, show you that the governor could remove him. Permanent secretaries, even the registrar, only also playing these stupid games. This is the Constitution order. In this section 14, protection from discrimination on the grounds of race, etc. What you'll see, me and my family getting the full blast of everything because them he want to offend them friends with nothing. And the governor, this paper here, Friday 3rd May 2013. In this paper here, a lot of papers got in this here, so we battle for freedom from syndicates. See here, we want freedom from syndicates, but today, them still run back to the same syndicates to help with them big problem, them report up there. This here, so, this side here, governor designate in Anguilla. And this here, if you read this, to tell me how she was in the civil service and how she went through, and to also point out that she was a private secretary for the Prime Minister up there. And while the Prime Minister up there holding the laws and rules, and she down here doing opposite. Because, like he pointed out, them lobbying and shacking up with them. And this is what happening down here. John Benjamin now, here, a king of the court gets Queen Anna. This why everybody doing me this to please the king. Because they can't get in the king court. The same king of the court, John Benjamin, who went for act as an acting magistrate to free the same Jewel Wilson when she had committed offense, when Lolita said that she should have been prosecuted. If they had law down here, that should have happened. But I'm leaving the same people there so to do all kind of wrong and expect the place to be any better. When you got an offender, you're supposed to lock them up and get rid of them, but not down here. Them punish the innocent and set them free. Because today who causes them this problem and embarrassment still out there driving around free and still walking. So everything where I point out here showing you that Anguilla is backward, this is all the evidence to prove it. Okay, this newspaper here now, dated Friday 16th May 2014. In this newspaper, seeing here again, battle from St. Kitts, freedom from St. Kitts again. A number of papers you'll find this in, but what I bring to show you is this here. The announcement of Attorney General designate for Anguilla. Well, the people just gotta hope and pray that we don't get another waste like James Woods, like you hear Lolita point out. Because the same James Wood who put a code for prosecutors in newspaper went and sent this matter to go court. When they should not go in court, you hear that all of them say that it was fired unlawfully, which means that Tammy was the one who was supposed to get prosecuted for firing me wrongfully and also lying to the police. He in Lincoln. He also put in here the government's support for the rule of law and respect for the environment and human rights is the basis for the flourishing and dignity of every member of that community. So when he come and we receive that through and might, now papers go to him to Senate court. In this paper here, dated Friday 17 May 2013. We got here again, Police Commissioner Rudolph Proctor, Police. He addressing gang violence and youth violence. But you see from all these videos, and you see he's seeing police members come and take up the child for nothing. The mother say that the welfare department sent for her to come here for the child. This why, like I say, just how Lolita point out, it is them friends, them girlfriend, them boyfriends, and them concubines. Down here saying nothing about laws and rules, this who riding who. That way down here operating. And when I went to Elkin Richardson, who got yeah man to the point, he didn't want to get involved neither because his co-worker was also on top of the board of directors and like board of directors at that time. So on his program, and you hear him talking about this woman come to him and what them do to her, I also went to him too, but he wanted to say nothing about that because he in there, so them he friends.
No wages. They've been working. The employees just tell them go home. They got the children to feed. Some of them don't want to breadwinner of the family. I remember a story where a lady said to me, she was at a particular hotel and they called the meeting and they were making some people's position redundant, but laying off some. And the lady said to the boss, I was responsible for the cutting of the employees. And she agreed that okay, she has to go home because the employees is the king there. She made a humble, simple suggestion. I will go home, but could you please leave my son work? She said she accepted and she left. A few days later, her son was home too. Where's the empathy? The mother and the son working at an institution, and you're sending the two of them home, both of them from the same family, coming home to sit down and look about the rafters. If they got rafters now, they got concrete, it was. You could change a rafter, but my God, you can't lay down the whole slab of concrete. And here's where the government, for some strange reason, the government over the years, I'm not saying that I haven't done enough, but my position is that I have to find out where the problems are, and there is no problem that can be solved. And I said, if our employees going to be coming to Anguilla to do business in Anguilla, then you're conforming with the laws. If the laws are there, then you deal with them. And people in Anguilla seemingly to believe to have all the power. Anguilla took advantage of a lot of people in this country, and that needs to stop.
I think the biggest problem that we have in Anguilla, we have some human resources managers that don't know what they're doing. You can tell me that you can have a number of employees that you're going to send home tomorrow, and you will wait till 5 o'clock when those employees going home and give them a letter and tell them that your job is no more. You have to hear it somewhere in the pipeline, somewhere in the grapevines that you're going to get laid off. You're wondering if it's me or not. But 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you get this thing. You know how you are impacting that employee who have worked there for 25 years? I mean, with no kind of remorse, you could just tell a person, listen, they're not needed anymore. You can do it so nice. Tell that employee thanks. I mean, tell them something different as a human resource. You work in between management and employees. And that is your job, so that you can be able to sit with the management and say, listen, this what we're doing is not nice. This person is a good worker. Let us think in some other way, other place we can move this person, that person do, because it has a domino effect. You know how you're going to kill that employee when that employee go home, knowing that I work for 25 years and I just send home with nothing in my hand, the last paycheck?
Rewind, pull up to see how them are.
Harold Rowan jump up and tell him, he said, "Boy, you're a stupid young dunce. You don't know what you're doing. You're going to cost the company money." Yeah.
Take a stone to raffle, and you fill out the field.
This newspaper here, dated Friday, 13 December 2013. In this newspaper here, with Stanley Reed, they're talking about good governance, and then the minister Evan Gomes talking about the same thing. I also went to Evan Gomes too. We can say he over the same minister over the same angle. So all of them know what's going on. But because I couldn't call St. Kitts and point out they got a big problem, they need to get a child out of the way. In the same paper, you see Chanel here telling the youth them to speak out. So, this is what he doing. The same Chanel Petitberet went college with the same senior magistrate, graduated the same time in 2005. So, the senior magistrate now helping she because of the wrong one. She went in there and sent the matter to go court the first time. Now when she get on it, she now trying doing the same favor to try clear up, which only showing that the evidence is showing that the position them got them give them. I mean word of it, because all the evidence showing all who involved in this and saying them educated and went college, graduate just for attendance. And the same thing with the labor laws. Had a program where the labor commissioner, the new labor commissioner, and 2 members of the staff was there on the radio talking about the regulations or the labor laws, what I'm changing from exceeding $300 now to $10,000. Look here again. The only person to do that from is the governor. So, the governor ain't punishing nobody underneath her who she responsible for.
You're listening to the Government Information Program In Touch, and tonight we are featuring the Labour Department. We have the Labour Commissioner, Annika Webster-Lake, her Deputy, Carmen Sita Davis, and Senior Labour Officer, Zulma Webster.
Section 69 of the Fair Labour Standards Act, Section 69, subsection 2, tells you regulations made on this act may prescribe for any contravention thereof or failure to comply therewith a fine not exceeding $300. But by the time you're going through that whole process, you've probably spent more than $300 and you're going to charge him $300. What has happened in the new labor code, the one that's pending, is that those fines have been revisited and there are severe consequences to not really following the law. One of them, it was $5,000. I think the Bar Association said it should be $10,000 because people must understand that the laws are here really to protect and to keep us in line. So when we feel that we're bigger than the law, but then we must always pay the cost for it.
Yeah, we're looking at the new.
Yes, so it's right now at $10,000. So $300, like I said, by the time you finish with that process, sometimes though I think it's the principle of the thing. It is the principle of the thing where people can't always do what they want with the law just because they think they can. You don't want them to do that.
A lack of proper parenting, a lack of proper upbringing, a lack of proper ethics, a lack of proper morals. That is what we need to change.
Which only embarrassing the police. They say when you got one bad apple to spoil it.
It's because the place full of jackasses. And I'm talking about the true sense of the word.
I went and complained to Tara. He said, Luther, say what you want. But this a monk of shit I see in a show is an elephant. Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
They're making mockery of the whole damn country.
The whole bunch, but look at it. With all this stupidness going on here, Anguilla embarrassed the whole Caribbean. So the Caribbean islands, you say you want to break away from St. Kitts. They send St. Kitts to the church, mother, all kind of lawyers and me together down here. St. Kitts got the evidence that Anguilla just got a bunch of wages. And the further, like I say, the further this going, he ain't showing no kind of smartness, he ain't making them no smarter with what I'm doing. And when, after the meeting what we had with the last meeting in the 25th of March 2011 with the manager, when he pointed out he didn't want me back, when Harold Rowan was there. See here, this is what I tell you. Harold had meet me come across the road coming home, stop and ask me if I can wait a year. So this is what a year was for. Them know the laws, but because you ain't know the laws, them want try fool you and do all kind of other things with it. I also went up by National Bank to get a statement printout from when I was fired. But if you notice, they're saying from 2011, January, and they keep going. But the figures here remain the same now. So you got 2011. 2011 here still. Every month, the figures is the same thing. So I asked, well, what is really going on? Because every month, like how the liars point out, interest were going on it. I know everything disappearing, so then tell me I still got a loan and interest nothing going on. It's from National Bank, you know, the same bank them investigating. 2012, same figure. No arrears, nothing going on. 2012 again, 2013 down here, same figure. (2013, 2014, same figure. So I find it strange, so I asked to see someone over in the head now. Because when I will buy the life insurance with them, I don't have no life insurance, which means we my bill down. And how I could have a bill, a loan owing from the bank from 2011, 3 years gone now, and they still remain the same thing. Okay. I went by someone who you know. When I sit down, she asked me to explain the matter what happened to me in Anguilla. I really didn't went there for that, but I'll explain her. I know why make them asking all the time maybe feel the story got changed, but is what happened is the truth. So I explained to her. I also point out to her that nobody had wanted Keith Benjamin to go there for magistrate, but the governor put him there. So she told me I shouldn't say so because the governor put him there. So I shouldn't be saying so because, you know, because the governor put him there, he should be there. Now look at it. He shouldn't be there, so if the governor send and tell the police to go lock she up, and she ain't do nothing, mean because the governor sent to lock her up for nothing, he right. When the law say these people should be competent, qualified, and got a year's experience for it.
Lolita Davis went in there to tell the junior magistrate that with human rights, he tell her inside that he court is not about human rights. Underneath the laws of the court, he write under the human rights from 1 to 17. So which means he don't want to hear nothing about what himself he to do to me. Yeah. But you know, keep me supposed to be in court, you know, as no magistrate. No, they give it to me. Illegally, he in there, he doing illegal act. It's against the Constitution. No, then he get it to the government. But it's against the Constitution. But this is what the governor do. That's the point. Okay. So you don't say nobody can be illegal to go. If you don't need to look for it. No. Well, when I done, you to go here and look at them, everything there. Them doing me all kind of things, so why must keep them secret? They're not secret. They don't want to newspapers and everything. In this. Yeah, there are lawyers that were against it. They could not do anything because the governor could go against the Constitution of the land. They have fight against it, and now I'm going to do anything about it. So we don't want to do it.
All words were made to use, as long as you don't abuse it. You see the don't say this, don't say that, that does get me vexed. Nothing's wrong with a word used in the right context.
Okay, let me hear what you're saying about mine now. I wasn't supposed to be in court because I had a last rescue. I dragged me there 6 times. The third time now. You say there's no human You say there's no, in he court there's no human rights, so which means they bring an animal inside of the context. This is kind of, I don't want to disrespect you, but the word I was going to use. I got back in prison, he sent me back to prison the third time. Then bring it in my food this time. Okay, he's drinking it, put it in his food. In India, all of us eat the same thing, only me fight. I asked the things there, so they refuse to give me. The inmates who are Indian ask us, then they come to master. They send the things there to me. Okay. I come out, them still harass me. They send police now, the police, I went to the police, nobody saying I'm getting it bad because it's a court matter. Police, Rudolph Proctor, sent his team to take up my child from me. My child, I had from a baby, then he thinking another day. Now the last place if you doing something, you're supposed to carry court and find out what the problem is. Nobody wants to go court because of the situation the government is now. What? Lincoln has, Steve has put all of them in. Now there's 3 cases for nothing. And like being in prison for nothing 3 times and mature. The government take up mature from me. What the government is responsible for? If you don't believe me, 9 till you're 9, look at it, you'll see them police come taking away the child from me. You can't take it away with search, you know. Then what sense? Well, that's why it was such a do. But what kind of governor we got? Well, you should just send it to the children's school door. I tell them I don't have no money. Listen, hear what the school was doing to me. I send my child to school even though I can't provide. My mother was sending the child. You should have. Celestine John, you know what? Yeah. Celestine John, I tell her that what the child was allergic for, she pumping them inside of the child. Every time he come home say, Daddy, them give me this, them give me that. I went to tell her about it. She still continued giving it to the child. It broke out the child, had my innocent beard. He cast Chanel just below in the office. Them sees the child's skin. I tell them he need to go hospital to get this thing of his system. Them refuse to take the child out there, you know. I had to borrow money to go to get the child, get medical attention. Then them still doing it again. What am I doing? Doing that to the child so I could go do what they want. On and down and on. But then you should tell child don't eat up his turn on this whatever you got. How you got eat? He ain't got nothing home when he come home, so and when he go to school he ain't got nothing. Your mother can't? My mother's an old lady, she was dependent on top of we. My responsibility is I shouldn't be trying it on top of she. Yeah, but then you can't see the choice on How come everybody tell me it's wrong for me to do this and the main sense it's wrong for what them doing to me? No, because if you have need wisdom, you can't show me away. You gotta use wisdom. How come being wrong for the other side is just wrong for me? It's the law that you're supposed to try to see. Yeah, but how come to eat is the law that was mandated, but I wasn't over to play for the other. But I come to from that cause everything. Yeah, but then you say, but I'm telling you that. Yeah, let me say it's in front of where we see we don't have nothing. The magistrate I keep getting like my biscuits and soda. Other places I'm gonna get away with this strippiness and doing here. Suppose somebody had a gun and clean up all of them. What is the mother say? Yeah, all the person was wrong. Yeah, Lanisha, I know a point that one makeup appointment is the what? Yeah, that's next to the week to my holiday. Franklin Petty. It's okay. What do you want? I'm running time business by loan. You say company is no? I don't know you. Yeah, it has to be loan. They alright. What I want to the one thing is don't deal with it. What I want to so I get a thing? But he doesn't deal with loans. How much is a bank thing I got dealing with? You know the situation I got. No, we don't deal with that. You see? I can't see none. No, because you see, they dealing for saying with loans for saying. You know the last time I come here, I asked to see when the managers them send me 2 people I know from around here. Yeah, because there are those of people in charge. No, but them tell me that them is over. Yeah, they're in charge.
Okay. I asked for my printout, she gave me this. I tell her the reason why all of them doing me all of this too, because Lincoln Hodge's wife, who involved with this matter, who caused everything, works at the bank. So it is her co-worker. So all of these games and tricks them playing. I also turn and tell her that when I asked to see someone in the head who come to investigate the bank, some workers come there so to me pretending them come from away too. But we gotta get all of them. This here is what she gave me now. Now the normal printer would have all of this calculated from the computer. She put in all of this, work it out and put in that. Now I'll show you the same paper where I come from before I went to she. Got the same figure all the time. But now she tell me arrears and all these other things going on what she had on here after working it out. This paper here now is what I get here. So insurance premium amount 0 and all these other things 0. But I can't get a proper copy of my business when as a customer at the bank. So who paying off my loans and why? Well, you can see the reason why here. Because Anguilla ain't just wrong with all matters here with me. I'm wrong also with the death of Clinton Bryan. So nobody want to go and offend the king of the court. And he ain't technology friend like he said. Them grew up on the other side of the street, which are here. So we break away from St. Kitts and got a petition down here from St. Kitts doing all of this stupidness. So if the court, with all the ignorance and corruption that coming from the court, you can see what he came of down here. Under the Constitution order, where the governor under the Constitution order here, section 37, assignment of responsibilities to ministers. See here, and telling them subject to the provisions of this Constitution and of any other law. And to go over here, and to tell you here. So the governor, with all of this, the governor supposed to get the reports from the ministers to find out what's going on. They could see the Prime Minister, which was working under up in England as a private secretary. She now come down here to be a secretary for these we got down here. Because the laws what he was upholding up there, so she ain't doing that down here. That's why everybody getting away with all these criminal offenses down here. And that's why the whole government system don't mean my family is wrong to please the king of the court. Because like how we are here, them point out the corruption of the former governor, Alistair Harrison, and with James Woods, make why no case can get court. So if that the case, and the governor here like that, you could see we ain't got no governance down here. So I'm just giving them these big job titles, and he ain't standing up to the responsibilities of it.
And Madam Speaker, when you start to construct this pipeline from Curry State, all the way up to Stoker State, it's only is rugged. And you can't run a straight line because you'll be going through people's property. And the Constitution says a person has a right to the enjoyment of his property. And while it is true, again, at a point of order, I am saying that the member is irrelevant.
My fellow Angolans, this is where we find ourselves. This is where we find ourselves in 2014. Was the revolution worth it?
It's the next big scandal waiting to happen. It's an issue that frankly crosses party lines and has tainted our politics for too long. It's an issue that exposes the far too cosy relationship between politics, government, business and money. I'm talking about lobbying, and we all know how it works. The lunches, the hospitality, the quiet word in the ear, the ex-ministers and ex-advisors for hire, helping big businesses find the right way to get its way. And that's a very clear message to those people who are responsible for this wrongdoing and criminality. You will feel the full force of the law. And if you are old enough to commit these crimes, you are old enough to face the punishments.
But the PM also keen to stress the need to put an end to so-called banker bashing.
They've got to be successful banks. They've got to be, good performing banks. And I want to be able to sell them back into the private sector, to pay the taxpayer back their hard-earned money that they put into those banks. And we won't do that if we micromanage them on a daily basis.
Leadership is lacking. What great embarrassment. No vision, no hope, no integrity. Leaders of religion, labor, and even government, they're leading us all to calamity.
I know that they would tell you ignorance of the law is an excuse, and that's touted everywhere. But if people don't know, they really can't do.
Hypocrite, you dirty hypocrite.
Coming up next, well, this fellow is a regular customer. We always look forward to him to give us something with humor. Singing calypso for almost 30-something years, that is a very long time. He carries the sobriquet, the funny man of calypso. Name of the song, the true sense of the word. I would like you to welcome Funny. Bring him on. Yes. There you go. Yeah. What's the use of a word if you can't use it? All words were made to use as long as you don't abuse it. You see the don't say this, don't say that, that does get me vexed. Nothing's wrong with a word used in the right context. Criminal swine politics, padding pseudo-racists. They make them words because all them things do exist. You must call a snake a snake. You must call a hog a hog. What else you call a dirty rat? And a dog must be called a dog. Now they have a thing they call jackass, and I'm sure all of you have heard. It's because the place full of jackasses. And I'm talking about the true sense of the word. The place full of police and thieves, drug addicts and bandits, lawyers and magistrates, skullduggery and plenty rackets, raper men and prostitutes, homosexual and pimps, boo-boo, dumb stupidity, and also a set of hymns, politicians and liars, it a thief, it a clums and crooks, pancake face, all them words in the book. If you're blowing something that's blowing, brushing something while you're brushing. If you're eating saltfish, well, you're eating. And if you're screwing, then you're screwing. And if you're going, say that you're going. And you don't have to use no code. And when you're coming, tell me you're coming. And I'm talking about the true sense of the word. Tell you. Yeah.
Like a drink of water. Like a drink of water. Damn! It's mine, and it's now or never. Pump the jam, pump it up.
Rewind, pull up, you see how them are.
When I tell you with Cora, when I was pointing out that all the time I was in prison when she come the last time. Also in Chicago when I was telling her that what them do to me was wrong when she told me about sending the child to school. She didn't come to represent me to prove it here. This is the Fair Labor Standards Act. And in this, so you have to see here under section 27 here. Every employer shall preserve such records for a period of 3 years. So, the 3 years is to run out time for them. And what all them were doing was making themselves look stupid all the time because.
But when I find you're a snake in the grass, my heart grieves to be taken for an ass.
Which I show you here. In this letter, the liar had write to the minister and copy to Arjul Wilson. In this letter too, I also point out that the termination was unlawful. And to say that it's here concerning claim for damages against Anguilla and all of this, but I will show you what I'm doing. And this went to Arjul Wilson, the permanent secretary, but still she will tell me about his child. This is the kind of education she got. So they move faster Rogers, and like Lolita said, them taking them friends, them boyfriends, them girlfriends, and them concubines. So them put them concubine over in the department now to block me. Okay, so went on. After when pointing out, they send me bill. When the lawyer had write David Guns who sent the bill. I'll show you so that you will see them clearer and with everything with the same things pointing out as it was unlawful. Explaining the children ages and things. But still, today them take away my child from me for nothing and doing all kind of things to please the company. So when I tell you that Walcott Richardson, when he meet me coming out of the courthouse, when I tell Deanna to give me my charge what I went in there for when she sent me about done by probation office to accept them attendance order, he said to me in the House of Assembly, in that House of Assembly, and he can say in there, so what I'm doing to me. This is why I tell you when he said that he got tell them that I was in their wrongfully in prison. But after when he said so, he become a target. So now they get he out of the way. Jerome Roberts, which I point out and I'll show you, he was involved in the matter all along, even before he went to a minister. So what he doing now, he in there shacking up to protect he and his friends. So the governor was sent here on business, but you could see what should have done here polling. In them on the radio talking about good governance. This here went to Caribbean Jurist Chambers. Like I tell you, Reverend Clifton Niles was inside of this meeting too. This from when Rodney was the chairman. So this why when you hear me say in the first one, that Clifton Niles tell me because I talked to a board member and them know my situation, so they were using my situation to cripple me and my family. You hear him on the radio saying that water and electricity is essential. It's a necessity.
We made a decision at Executive Council a few weeks ago to put the western end of the island on water from Kuzumak. It's costing us a bit more, but we made a decision to do it at least for 2 months because water is a necessity.
But it ain't so for me and my family because of them trying to get the problem with Thomas Hodge, Lincoln Hodge, and Steve Hodge and the rest of them give them to make them look good. You will hear the Prime Minister in England, David Cameron, upholding the laws up there because he pointed out young and old. When them do anything wrong, them get punished for it. But down here, so you see, I'll show the paper where to say that Christina Scott was the private secretary to the Prime Minister. But you see what she down here holding. When you see the same thing when they say that thing the last is the ethics and the morals where people want to not to change. But down here thing like that, everything is backward. Them telling you how corrupt the AUF government was. Now we got AUM. Them telling you AUM United Anguilla United movement is to move forward because we're moving backward. So we had a governor, Alistair Harrison. He was down here doing what he wanted. So now we gone from bad to worse. Because you could see Christina Scott come now and taking the laws and putting it in them hands. So everything now become a secret to the public. This is a bill, the letter that I get from David Gomes. Will come to me when I tell you that a contract was on it. This is a contract here. I showed before, but I will show you something else in here. See here, to say the office, Anguilla Electricity Company registered at the office at Hannah Weaver House. That's down John Benjamin office, the king of the court here. If you come down here where I got highlighted, you see on this one, 3B where he got here, under the goods acts here, so 2 subsection 3. Okay. This is the sale of goods acts in this 2, and you can see what they're saying. So when this come, even if I had to receive it and didn't even see what on there, so to sign say I receive it, Henry Rowan could have go sign for the company on behalf of the company and on behalf of me, unknown to me, and they're doing all of this. So they would have taken up my house, property, everything. Okay, back to the same contract here. down here, where you see to say, here so, Anguilla Electricity Company Limited, where they say, by the above name, for and on behalf of. Now when you come down here, my name here, by the above name, for and on behalf of. So today wasn't nothing real I had to see. But we come back here now, and 5 here. Where they say here now, see here. The payment schedule includes a 0.9% monthly interest rate. Then they keep going over here, so with a levy charge calculated at 2%. And if you come down here, where they say now here, the consumer is responsible for all damages, losses, costs, charges, and expenses which the supplier may suffer by reason of any default. Now, how could I hold accountable for them actions them in their causing? But this is what we got around here. So we're saying we got leaders, and you could see it as the opposite. So you see I was terminated unlawfully. I was willfully fired to please 2 brothers in the company by the rules where they shouldn't be there, but me and my family suffering for it. This is a termination letter here he got. You see he said here and in the same letter, terminate your employment and benefits forthwith. So all what you're seeing there, so with the bills and everything now, when I go to check them, I got nothing. So you can see why I was sent to prison willfully. It was poison to get rid of me. So by poisoning me, killing me, getting me out of the way, now they don't have no case with Clinton, and they don't have no case with me because nobody going to offend John Benjamin, the king of the court, who represent him from Anguilla, responsible for all of this, so nobody want to make he look bad. If you notice, this paper here I had it before, Friday 16th May 2014. In this paper, if you notice here, go back to where I showed before, and you read here, so the new attorney general we getting, he also an Anglican member. So them getting all them friends in to do wrong, but Christina Scott come from them, the Prime Minister of the upholding laws where them say she come from, who was working as a private secretary underneath her heat. When I tell you about the boats in the cove at Get Bond, everybody beating on the bush from I getting my matter in court, but then pursuing the same matter with the same boats who get burned. Because I tell you, because of the relationship or who and that kind of thing. This paper, Friday 13 June 2014. In this paper, here, TG arrested on arson charges. See here, for the same boats. So, now because, like I point out, Thomas Hodge, wife, is a senior civil servant. I mean doing nothing to offend them friends in there. So to look like if I was there with one of the civil servants too, I would have been treated much better. This here is the constitutional. In this, section 19 here, establishment of a Human Rights Commission. We come down here now, where to say B, but you see, them preventing me from getting my matter and code to get it settled. When you hear Lolita Davis say that when them getting these, them friends, them girlfriend, boyfriends, them concubines to do the work, and getting she to clear it up after, which I got pointed out here, the evidence they are proving it. When I went in court, after them find that I ain't accepting Pete LeBenjamin out of what he want to throw in me and me in there, she turn and tell them she got take it. And to show how backward it is, because if I the offender and I go in court and the magistrate charge me, he's supposed to give me the charge. He give it to Lolita Davis, here she say yes, he did the she. So I was put in prison. When she was the one supposed to be put in prison and poisoned for what she do. But I get it because of what I'm trying to clear up here. So when I come out now, I tell her what she was doing was wrong. I tell her, well, according to the Constitution, if you ain't do nothing, you ain't supposed to plead to no lesser charge. She said it's true. Then when I come out now, after playing the liar in there, so when I point out to her, telling her what I'm doing was wrong, she keep telling me, oh, she's a human rights officer. I need to get a lawyer.
But if you find a lawyer, I do feel much like certain people so that some people have to immediately spend money to jail. But you need to get a lawyer, I can't have to fight. I only want for I understand that.
But what she was doing, she went in there to fix it for them. And like I say, as far as this going, to just shine the bunch of fools we got down here, so I'm saying them as leaders, but I'm going on the radio and saying that them down here like them good governance. But the evidence here showing the opposite. We is the opposite to everything. This why I think it's now today could laugh after us after 47 years, but we celebrating a holiday. When the child and think it's for them problem, them causing down here. This is why I tell you, when the child mother say that the welfare department, after the welfare department here contact them up there. The welfare department tells them ain't get, she tell them, they tell these down here that them ain't getting involved in it. And she say that they told she ain't getting it, them ain't getting involved in it. But I'm getting mother to come down here after telling all kind of lies for the same child that they're responsible for causing here. You could hear everybody telling you that when you lose your job, there's a domino effect. But these what we got on here saying them educated, you could see this otherwise. And by Christina Scott standing up with the fools we got around here with the same queen, tell Hubert to get rid of, only making she look stupid too. When I go by the court, all of them job was to lie to me and pull all kind of tricks to try to get away with what I'm doing here. So I went and see, when I tell you, when them locked me up the third time when I went by Naki, her job was to keep me there long enough, tell them get them paperwork in order to come pick me up.
Hello, you supposed to go to the registrar?
He was here waiting for about an hour and a minute.
You were supposed to see the registrar. He had very fast it is?
I don't know exactly, he had an arm, but We were there waiting to get whatever he was supposed to get. And the officer come and take him away. The officers come in and take him away.
But when you came out, you were calming, right? And the officers then decided that then can't move. But the same thing that he came here before to stop it, and then the administration was down, we need a life to do this and do that. But he came here to stop the same thing that I'm putting in prison for.
Appeal the matter.
Appeal it and put a waiver form on the same thing.
You have a waiver form, but you need to put a stamp on it.
Put a waiver on the charge thing.
You need to put a stamp on it, so that was used as the notice for appeal. Even though you're going to have different documents for the lead.
What stamp you talking about?
Postage stamp, $100 and postage stamp to put on the front document. I wanted to see him on that.
I know he's bad. I can see them taking him to prison. The guys have started working. Let it go. They're going to bring this country down to the knees. It doesn't matter now what happens. They're going to bring this country down to the knees. You're going to be public in everything. We put in names. We ain't afraid of nothing. We give up and being afraid of anybody. What a woman was and get run over. Let it go. Let it go.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you take it to one.
Yes. Thank you would have to deal with all of that. Thank you very much.
I went back again and by Polly, and she tell me all kind of lies. Oh, how nobody don't do it themselves, and all kind of thing. But the land of the Constitution state all of that. Yeah, so here, Lolita Davis point out you could do it yourself, the registrar, and he didn't. But everybody know that because of how the laws here.
But you know, they run cars on here to court. You ever happened? Well, okay, you work here, so you should know my situation.
I'm talking to nothing here and different things.
Yeah, but the court saying one thing, and I'm doing the other, and they don't want to, when they come to the law now, I can't get them. So, in terms of my justice, to like shut down the drain because the ones who doing it to me is in the same law.
You want to realize it's
I had enough of them. And he said, man, I need to go here look for one of them liars, not anything.
No, but if you want to follow a field, you got to have some sort of legal assistance.
You know, I know people went to court of appeal and do it themselves.
Yeah, who do that? You know that? I know it.
I don't know, you walk in here too, so everybody like them in the program. I asked for a waiver form. I don't know how this court
I could go ask me if there is a waiver form for fees. You don't have that form here for fees, form fees.
You hear lie? That is lie. Lie? You hear lie?
Okay, this will show you when you see he terminate my benefits forthwith, he do everything, even my social security. So when I work them, I pay my social security. But if you notice, on top of this, the gone just up to 2009. And when I was fired in 2011. So what happened to 2010 up to the last day when I take out my money for social security? People need to go and check them on because they see what's happening here. They need to pay close attention to what's going on here and go look after them business. And social security, you'll see in a picture there with Rhonda Connor sitting down with her. The same person who was on the board, Darius Fleming, from Social Security, who worked with Elkin Richardson. Also there so too. So this why them were covering up, everybody were covering up this problem. Because they don't want to go court for them king of the court, John Benjamin, to look bad because he represents the firm. So this is why I tell you, none of the matters can get in court with Clinton Bryan, also known as, who was known as Shabby, in my matter. But I bring this letter back to show you something. This is the one from John Wrigley. How the whole problem started out here. What happened in this letter when I went by Jerome Roberts, by Hughes' office before he was minister. He told me he wanted to come to the meeting because he was telling him to go to the meeting to tell and like what when they are so doing, you know, so I could get more money. Okay. When I went to several lawyers, which we could get around to all of these things. John Wrigley wrote this letter to the board, but I want to show you something here, where I point out that he only put one pension farm thing to supposed to be two, the employee and the employer. But here, so see what he said here, our client has been advised by us not to sign the pension claim form dated 17th May 2011. And he went on down here, so he went on to say that I was terminated without notice. It's unlawful. But all of this happening to me and my family, this was it. Them start with a pension form. Then them send this letter about my bill to come sign this so that I could take up my property and everything. That ain't work. They cut my current so I could come back by them office. That ain't work. So they send me court now, round the corner now. When I went to her office, she told me, oh, she got tell Pamela and Webster that I must send it to tell me to send my child to go to school. So what am I doing? Getting all the liars who I had for me to do what they want, because you see the reason why them wrong with everything. What time I now causing. So all the bills them out there paying, he make them responsible for that. So them are doing all of these things and drag me court with a lawful excuse for what I'm doing. Lock me up 3 times. Try to and poison me the 3rd time when I was in India to get rid of me. So what am I doing? My bills clear up. I did because where I point out the undertaker for 2 sons, who is Alistair Richardson, work at the prison. Christy, brother-in-law. Artner Richardson, who is the board and like chairman now. You know, so all of these things I'm doing. So what all I'm doing, I'm just pointing out the matter with this case now clear, because if they had punished who was responsible for the crime, then would not be in here with this today. When you leave a problem to create more, just like them leave Jewel Wilson, who was supposed to be prosecuted, now she caused all of that. Steve Hodge, when he killed the fella, he wasn't sent home, he was promoted another year, he and his brother caused this. And to keep going on, the list keep going on and on. Keith Benjamin, who was supposed to be sent home, who now should be in prison for the things he do, along with he accomplished the senior magistrate and them friends. This why the Queen could have told him that she's still miles away from Anguilla, all the way in England, and point out his solution to him. And he don't hear so saying what he needed. Because he don't want to send him home. We really backward. This why I think is in the rest of the world got to laugh at us. Because we got no kind of leadership down here. So you see the same The minister, now Jerome Roberts, who involved in the matter, now here, so you see why he like this and now covering for he friends.
Stop! They're supposed to be a show. Done with this jackass thing. How you feeling out there? I did a survey just recently, and the response was unsurpassed. Yes, I took the responsibility. I hope nobody don't find me fast. But when I check me daily and me weekly, I see the country turning old man. I find the government should declare 1993 as the year of the jackass. But this year, I'm telling you. What is I'm telling you? I did my survey just recently, and the response was unsurpassed. Yes, I took the responsibility. I find nobody to find me fast. But when I check me daily and me weekly, I see the country turning old man. I find the government should declare 1993 as the year of the jackass. But if a minister could come on with TV and say the force has no drug cartel, then somebody tell me who is Mr. T, because I don't know him very well. And if the police could stage a big protest and choose Bernardine for the rearrest, and the watchman on with TV praying fast, then somebody is on us. The protest was a nice one, real heart rending. Would somebody please tell them John with this jackass thing? Everybody in this Since a small old granny used to say, what the monkey do. I used to laugh because I never believed what she was saying was really true. But since Ronnie and the United Sisters started singing this jackass song, well, if you check out any party, parliament and all too long, it's only jackass running around. Cause if we vote for a party who say they care, because we feel they go treat we nice, then we must work together in unity. Let us all make the sacrifice. But if we want things to happen overnight, and when we don't get it, we plan to strike. And if they take up office, we are the part, then all of us is jackass. But if they raise the pay while poor people suffering, take a stand and put a stop to this jackass thing. If you check them carnival parties, you will find jackasses is like rain. With some big fat women on top their neck, they don't even care if the neck strain. And if you check the courthouse, you'll find a few dressed up with nice clothing of class. But when you check the head they on, you'll be surprised when you find that they are just ambitious jackasses. Cause if a man could stab a baby 4 times after he collect the ransom, the only person supposed to treat him nice is the country and the hangman. But if Ramesh and the Mercy Committee trying to convince the court of sympathy, and the judge to say sentence will and pass, then of course the lawyers and her. But if the judge tell Ramesh he's a man by him, I'm pretty sure he's going to run with his jacket. I stand firmly in all that I believe, and me and change it no matter what. So I can't be selfish and call it peace, because my conscience can't handle that. So when some devious men form a company to get $1 million contract, the government had to be considered some real donkeys if they let them get away with that. Cause if they probe the airport authorities and they find them in corruption, the rightful thing to do immediately is to get rid of every man. But if the government try to keep it cool and go away with the idea they had at school, then we must tell them we poor but still have class. So right we like no jackass, but I will tell you the true meaning of Pegasus. It means that Peg was trying to make an answer back.
In the national news, officials in Anguilla say they are pursuing the best practice model with regard to juvenile justice. Following the wide consultation of stakeholders in November 2013 by the University of the West Indies consulting firm on behalf of OECS Juvenile Justice Reform Project, Anguilla again played host to 2 representatives in the persons of Ms. Rosalind Mackenzie and Dr. Disraeli Hutton on June 23 to 24. While on island, stakeholders, which included 2 young persons resident at Zenaida Haven, were given the opportunity to comment on the draft document, Establishment of an Institutional Framework for the Management of OECS Rehabilitation Centers for Juveniles, that is being developed to identify, harmonize, and model juvenile justice best practices in the region. Following the review, while there was recognition that there is work to be done and gaps have been identified in the current processes, Anguilla's Rehabilitation Center, which recently observed 5 years in operation, was commended for its program developments, its approach to rehabilitation, and was able to share several best practice areas that have been beneficial to the success of the department's program. Ms. Jocelyn Johnson, Chief Probation Officer of the Department of Probation, commented that with the ongoing support of partner agencies, stakeholders, and the community, Anguilla's program will strive to meet the standards established and outlined as part of the OECS Juvenile Justice Reform Project. She took the opportunity to thank staff of Zenaida Haven for their continued hard work and commitment. Dr. Bonnie Richardson Lake, Permanent Secretary, Health and Social Development, commended the staff and management of the Zenaida Haven Juvenile Rehabilitation Center and the Department of Probation for their hard work and commitment. She expressed gratitude to the OECS and the UE consulting firm for their continued support. That's Newswatch PM for Wednesday. It's June 25, 2014. I am Rasby. Good evening. The time is 7:15. This is Upbeat Radio.
Hypocrite, you dirty hypocrite. You're gonna pay the price someday.
Second, get a lawyer. Find a lawyer to help you get the guy. Get all your arms and magistrate again. You know, I said, listen, this is big. What are you doing? They're punishing you. Okay? They're punishing you. That's why I said, so keep listening to me. And he would have said it to me again if I was there. The magistrate will take the same attitude towards you and she's going to be punishing you. If you don't get a lawyer, put out the point out straight to Mr. Benjamin while he was joining the round. Didn't they do that? Okay, but I was a farmer. As a matter of fact, I spoke to that police general and I told that police general, being a farmer magistrate, I don't feel comfortable going in court arguing with a commissioner of police that he was from the police magistrate. I told that police general that. But the point is that he's really happy. So I ain't going to court for often argue with Chief Benjamin. He is the magistrate in Korea. Chief Benjamin as commissioner of police was never supposed to be a magistrate. Because he knows everything from everybody and now he's doing. What he's doing to you is because he told you. You know, now he's doing to me because of what he heard from Anguilla. And I don't know
In Angola, they are potential, but we don't like to see our own move forward. We don't, even our own owners try to keep us down. Because we think, hey, it should be me instead of he.
Fellow Anguillians, residents and visitors alike, a pleasant good evening. Let me again say it is indeed an honor to be standing on this very spot to address the people of this, my beloved constituency. I wish to take this opportunity this evening to welcome each and every one of you visiting our community, a community in which I've grown up over the past several years, and a community in which I've loved. Residents of this, my beloved district, I come to you tonight following a perfect launch of the Anguilla United Movement, which took place on the 3rd of this month in Island Harbour. I'm here to say to you thanks for your continued love and confidence shown to me over the past 4 years as a member of government. Your love, your support, and your confidence in me has helped me to grow in many ways, in ways that I would not have been if I had chosen to remain on the sidelines of the opposition in the Anguilla House of Assembly. So again I say thank you for all the well wishes which you have showered upon me right to this very day. My friends, I have been bruised and battered with all sorts of lies and half-truths, but by those who do not wish to be wise to the truth, but have chosen to be otherwise.
Action speaks louder than words. Don't be deceived by all those fancy talkers. Action speaks louder than words.
Pressures from a former governor who did not have Anguilla's interest at heart, but we know whose heart he had. Again, your government ensured that food was placed on the tables of those who were rightfully owed this money. Only a government of the people, for the people, and by the people would look out not for the masses, but for indeed, not for the selected few, sorry, but indeed for the masses.
You hear lie? That is lie.
Cause he said if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Why, sir? Check it out. Action speaks louder than words. Don't be deceived by all those fancy talkers.